Alright, what's up? It's your boy Diddy Guy here, and we're back. It's been a while since I did this what if specifically because there were so many things I had to check on, and I was trying to hold off on this long enough, but I gotta do it. I'm doing it, and I'm doing it now. So alright, uh, alright. Oh, so like before I get started. Um, a lot of people was telling me to add like a different form of sands, like nightmare sands and error sands. I don't know much about nightmare or error. I had to check out. That's why it took him this long. And besides the fact I didn't want to, I didn't feel like doing it. I didn't feel like it, and so yeah, don't worry about that. That's gonna show up, but when that's gonna show up, I don't know. And someone wanted me to add Chara, was it? Or Chara? Is it Chara or Chara? I think it's Chara, right? Chara. I don't know. One of those. Anyway, yeah. I'm gonna add her in, but uh so yeah, she's gonna be pretty integral to the story, and she's not gonna be like normal, murder happy, lots of love, Chara. So she's gonna be, she's still gonna be murder happy, I guess, but she's you know got Deku Sands here, got him, so he's like the leash or the judge. As soon as she does something, batshit crazy, just gonna kill her right then and there. Um, that reset stuff, that's probably not a thing. That is not a thing. That's not a thing. So, let's see what else. Um, anything else I should mention? Yeah. That's it. That's it. It took me a while just to explain that, but anyway, moving on from where we last left off. We last left off in it was before it was just as All Might left, I think. The 10 month of training. I think that's where I last left off. Hold on. Okay, so I had to watch my video back a little bit just to see where I was because I completely forgot. Yeah, so I was right. The 10 month training, All Might just left, and we're gonna do the 10 month. Well, I say training, but he ain't gonna train that much because at the end of the day, he since he has his powers, he kind of got his personality a little bit, a good bit actually, and yeah, so he's not gonna be doing much or anything actually. Um, but let's just say one day, let's say it's a month to the like the 10 month thing. Um, let's just say a certain someone. I'm trying to get this off as early as I could possibly can, so I apologize. Anyway, a certain someone knocks at the door. So yeah, Deku's Inko left. She went to the grocery store. She asked Deku if he needed anything. Deku was like, nah. Actually, no. Deku was like, some ketchup. We ran out of ketchup, so. And Inko, she know he liked ketchup, so she went, go get some ketchup. So after a while, he had a knock at the door. Oh, whoops. So yeah, knock on the door. He opens it. He's like, what is it? And then all he sees is a certain someone with this devilish, psychopathic, megalomaniac type of smile. And Deku doesn't know who it is, and if y'all didn't know who it was, then well, yeah, it is Char. Anyway, uh, he didn't know who it was, but he felt deep in his soul. See, he had to kill this person as soon as possible. With he, he tried to like. I'm not gonna say he tried to. He was thinking about it, and he's like, he kind of had a shaky voice. He's like, "Who are you?" And Chara explained, "Well, my name is Chara. Nice to meet you." And Chara knows like he looks at Deku. She looks at Deku, and Chara looks, and she tilts her head and instantly reminds her of he Deku instantly reminds Chara of Sans. So yeah, she's she got a little knife out, that classic knife, and tried to just straight up stab Deku, and well, Deku dodged it, and he was like, "Whoa!" And like he was like, "What are you doing there?" And she was like, "I was just having some fun," and Deku just got disturbed as well. You should probably go. And then I was like, I was just kidding. I was just kidding. And then, she cut her arm in quotations. It was a toy knife. So, Deku was like, huh, I see you're a comedian as well. Huh? And then Charles was like, oh, I've learned from the best. And as soon as she said that, Deku was like, huh. He just was in deep thought. He's like, I don't know her, but there's something about her. It's wrong. But at the same time, it's familiar. It's like we've been through a lot, but I've never met her before in my life. So yeah. And let's just say she's about to she wanted to hang around a little bit, but Deku was like, you should probably go. And she leaves, and then she says, "Sueyue Sans," and then Deku's like, and she just left, and then Deku's like, "Sans, huh?" And then he just closed the door, and he's like, "Sans, huh?" Hmm. And then he looks in the mirror. He goes in the bathroom. He looks in the mirror, and he just sees himself. He's like, hmm. And then he notices. Then Deku notices Chara is not that, you know, stable, or should I say she's not sane, perfectly sane at least. And, well, Deku's like, well, hopefully I just don't see her again, because that was weird. And so, uh, and she never really, Chara never really appeared. Well, they bumped into each other with quotations there. So it's like really awkward because they like Sans is like I mean Sans and Deku is like and I'm out of here, So and after that, uh, and then something weird happens. A few months. That was a month after, so I'd say about halfway through the 2 months, Deku just after lazing around that day, well, he went to the park that day, but he kind of slept there. Kind of just dozed off a little bit. And when he dozed off, he noticed someone staring at him. And not in real life, like in his mind, he sees something. He doesn't see anything. All he sees is an eye and a silhouette staring at him, and it's pitch black. It's just covered with darkness, and all you hear is this silhouette saying, "Sensi." And well, that kind of that woke Deku up real quick, and he is shook. Like he's like, what? He started screaming. He started panicking. He's like, ah, and and he started panicking. And people are around him, and they flinched, because he just randomly started screaming, and he looked around, panicking. He's sweating. He's like, what the hell was that? And then he just like, yeah, you know what? That's whatever. And then, you know, and then nothing really else happened after the next 5 months. He decided to work on his quirk a good bit, and I don't know, I don't know how I did it with the gaster blasters. I don't know if he have them yet, but if he do, let's say before the 10 months, he could only use one, but now he can use three big ones and like six small ones. Yeah. And let's see. What else? Um, it's the day of the entrance exams. Deku he woke up kind of late. Well, not too late, but he woke up rather late than usual because he ain't feel like moving that day. But he knew he had to, so he got up. He ate breakfast, and after that, he just decide. Wait, uh, yeah. He just decides to take a shortcut. He's like, well, might as well take a shortcut, and he does. He made it, and he's you know, and when he makes it there, he sees someone he really really wish he didn't see, and that's Chara. And then when Chara sees him, you know and Sansa's like, no, don't come near me, don't come near me, don't notice me, don't anything near me. And then Chara was like, ah, so Sansi. And then Deku was like, please stop calling me that. That's weird. And Charles was like, okay, what's your name then? And then Deku realized, like, all right, I never actually told her my name. She actually didn't even know. And I was like, well, my name is Izuku Midoriya, but people just call me Deku just because. And then, oh, and if you're wondering, well, she's there. Yes, Char has a quirk. I don't know what it is actually. I need to think about that later on, but she does have a quirk. I should just call it quirk determination or something, but nah, maybe. I don't know. Think about that later. Or y'all can give me ideas. I don't know. I don't know. So later on, um, they don't meet Ochako because Deku don't fall or anything. So they just go into the building, and while all of this is happening, Chara's just basically just attached herself to Deku, and Deku's just got that annoyed look. Not really like that, just that annoyed look, just that, oh, please, for the love of God, get off me, just leave. And Chara's like, nope. And then and every time Deku tries to push her off, she just reattaches herself, and it's like, wow. And people are looking, and it's like, wondering if they're a couple, if they're related, or whatever. And Deku was like, don't. And he was like, great, unwanted attention. And because, Deku, he doesn't really like attention like that. He's kind of like Azawa in that way. Like, he doesn't mind the attention, but not all attention is good attention. I guess. I guess that's the way you should put it. But after that, the test. They gotta do the test, and well, the test is simple enough. The guy Deku got pretty much most of the answers correct, and for the ones he didn't, like, and like he and the ones he didn't get correct, it's honestly because he just didn't feel like answering them. Because the ones he did get correct, and for the test, because the test had some mistakes, and Deku fixed all the mistakes, but still answered the question wrong, just because he didn't, like, he fixed the mistakes and he answered it correctly, but some of them he just put anything because he just didn't feel like it, because he started putting anything the moment he felt like he was going to pass, and he was like, all right, I think I answered a good bit correctly, and so he just guessed randomly for the most part. And so nothing really happened there. But after the test, Char finished right behind him, and you know, just reattached herself to him. And that's gonna be a thing in this. What if Chara is literally gonna be attached to Deku for a good while? So yeah, already marking her property. So okay, all right. Let me finish. Um, and so they go from the practical exams. President might explain all the stuff about the robots and all that. Sam's just like, let's just hope we're separated. And I'm giving him a break. I'm giving Deku a break. They are separated. Char's actually with Bakugo, I think. Well, not really with Bakugo, but she's somewhere else. You know, and then and Deku, just looking, talking about like all the robots and stuff. Talking about how is he gonna go? Like, is he gonna, you know, try to take it seriously, or is he just gonna go with the flow? And honestly, he doesn't really have a reason to go all out. But a certain Chara just didn't want to leave him alone, so Chara kept telling him to don't hold back, go all out, and you know, Deku was like, I don't know. And, Char just kept annoying him. Oh, Jesus. Okay. And everything's okay. Nothing collapsed. Alright. Anyway, like I was saying, Deku was like, alright, I'll try at least. And so, the test begins, and basically, everyone just rushes through, but Deku he stands there for a moment, and he's like, well, might as well get this over with. And, he just walks. It's very, like, he walks, like, rather slowly, and, like, Ida specifically, like, they're looking at him, and they're like, man, it's like he doesn't even care. And so he found some 3-pointer robots and a few 2-pointer robots, and he just attacks it with his bones and all that. Unfortunately, he can't really use the karma thing against robots. I mean, I don't know if he actually can or not, but I mean, it should only affect living things because it's karma. So yeah. But yeah, so he just attacks it with his bones, and he used the smaller gaster blasters. He used the small ones, and people are curious about those because they're rather powerful, despite being small. And how small are they? Well, they're about the size of Deku's hand. Yeah, these are really small. Like, these are really small. So they're about the size of his hands, and they're just breaking through the robots, and and he sends the gas blasters to help out a few people, that are really struggling just because. And after it's all said and done, the big bad zero pointer comes out, you'd probably wondering what Sans would do against it. Well, Sans would just turn his ass right around and just completely ignore it until he hears a certain floaty person, Kirby. Yes, Kirby screams for help. Cause Ochako to me is literally Kirby. Uh, Actually, I just got a new idea for what if. Ah, okay, all right, but that's for the future. Anyway, now Deku turns around. He's like, ugh. And he tried to pick up the things. First, he asked, are you all right? But Ochako's like, well, my legs are broken, so and Deku's like, huh, okay. So he tries to fix it up, but he's weak. Like he's very weak. So he said, it's great. He uses his telekinesis and just lifts it up, you know. And his telekinesis is kind of shaky. It's not as good as what his Gaster Blaster and his bone manipulation, but it's decent. So like, but it's a bit too heavy for him because he didn't really train with that much, really, like compared to his other abilities, because he doesn't use his telekinesis like that. You know, he only uses it to move small things. Like the biggest thing he moved with his telekinesis was like, I don't know, like it was a TV, you know, and it wasn't even that big of a TV. It just put a TV in his room. So when he set it down slowly, like he tried to move it, but it didn't really work. So Deku in his mind, he's like, well, I should probably work on that power later. So the zero pointer is about to charge, about to stomp on Otako, and Deku was like, all right, it's time to get serious. So his eye turns blue right there. It turns blue. It actually flashes blue, kind of greenish. And he put his hoodie on, like in the picture. And he's like, alright, it's time to get serious. This thing's about to have a really bad time. So, he used a regular sized Gaster Blaster. He jumps on top of it, and, he flies with it. And he make one more Gaster Blaster, but this Gaster Blaster is big. It is big. How big is it? I don't know, but I want this thing to be like kind of stupidly big. It's about the size of a car. No, it's about the size of a truck. That's how big it is, and it just fires a Gaster Blast. I guess that's what you could call it. That yeah, it fires a blast at the zero pointer, and the zero pointer's head just kind of explode, and it falls backwards, and Deku tries again. He uses the Gaster Blasters to move the and his bones to move the rubble and stuff off of Chaco, and just moves around, you know, and moves her to recovery later on. That there's still a little bit more time, so Deku just lazes around, and any robot that comes near him, he just throws a bone at its face, exploding it instantly. So, yeah. So, after what's all said and done, the test is over, and yeah, Deku's about to go home. Bakugo kind of already left. Bakugo, yeah, he's not, that close to the story, and I forgot to mention, All Might sees this and he notices. He's like, "That's the kid, with that quirk." And other people look back at All Might, because it was like, huh, guess All Might's eyeing this kid. So, but All Might had stuff to do. That's why he didn't meet Deku after the test. So let's just say after what's all said and done, Bakugo had already left because they're not really close or anything. They're not really much on the speaking terms. I guess they're on speaking terms, but they're not. I'd say they're not like friends. How to put it? It's kind of like how they are in the. It's kind of like how they are in the manga, but even a little less because and you know, Deku, he just decides to go home, but Ochako and Chara, met up with him, because they all going the same way. Chara actually lives near, like, actually right by Deku, but Deku really doesn't know that yet. Because Deku was like, and yes, over the 10 months, he didn't bother to check where she actually lives, but, because he's like, he was just praying not to see her, and well, uh, you know what, Deku asked, Chaco, if they take the subway, and Chara's just clinging on to him, and Chaco kind of blushing, out of embarrassment because she's all attached and all that. And Jara, she's just looking at Ochako, and not like with an angry or a jealous looking expression, just dead eyes, her dead, red, haunting eyes just staring at Ochako. And then Deku just hit her in the head with a bone, telling her to stop doing that and let go. So he uses the bone to pry her off, but she reattaches. So what can you do, right? And let's continue. And they all go on the subway. They all go to separate ways, except for Chara, because Chara's still walking with Deku. And Deku asks, "So, Chara, was it?" And Chara's like, "Mm-hmm, yep, Deku, yes, Deku." And and Deku was like, "I don't know, I don't know you that well." But I don't know. I just have this very off feeling about you. It's like I feel like you've done some pretty nasty stuff before. And Chara's like, nasty stuff. She got that, got that smug look in her face. And Deku was like, not that nasty stuff. And Deku was like, asked Chara, like, have you killed anyone before? And Chara just stopped. And she grins and she's like, well, not on purpose, at least. And then Deku just looks, just stops and looks behind him, and she just have her head down, and she's like, only because I had to. And so Deku was like, still wanted to become a hero, though, huh? And she was like, well, that's only because you wanted to become a hero. And Terrence was like, And so Deku finally makes it to the house, and Charles was like, "So, are you gonna introduce me to your mother?" And Deku was like, "No, go to your home," which is like, and Deku was like, "Wait, where is your house anyway?" And then Charles just points, whoops, and then Charles just points literally a house down or so, and Deku looks and he's like, "There?" And Charles like, "Yep." And Deku just face palms as hard as he can, just as hard as he can. He just, of course. And then at day, and Chara goes to her house, Deku goes to his, and they just, yeah. All right. So sorry to say, but this is where I'm gonna leave it off. Uh, I'm gonna leave it off here. So yeah. Um, don't, and if y'all want me and if y'all wanted me to add anything else to it or whatever, just let me know and all that. And thank y'all for watching all this, cause I mean, just to know people interested, it's nice. It's a nice feeling. So so yeah, don't forget, if you have any ideas, let me know. There is no bad ideas. Well, I ain't gonna say that, but you know, if it's a good idea, then I'll let you know, or I'll tell you. I'll think about it, but whatever. But how are y'all enjoying this series so far? And just wonder how. Just let me know how y'all enjoying it. If y'all think it's good, or it could use work, or whatever. So yeah, just but let me see if there's anything else. Um, that's it. I think that's it. Again, thank y'all for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe, because I know a good chunk of y'all watching are not subscribed yet. So come on down, join us. Just join us, because we're only getting stronger. So just join us. It's gonna be fun. So yeah. See y'all on the next one. Peace.